Hey there, it is Monday night meatloaf. A lot of people do meatless Mondays, but not this girl and her family. So what we're going to do is we have ground beef, 1 pound of ground beef, and we are going to add 1 cup of panko breadcrumbs. And then we're going to add a half a cup of milk. You can use almond milk, regular milk, whatever your preference is. So I'm just using regular vitamin D organic milk. And then we add 6 tablespoons of ketchup, which also equals, instead of doing 6 tablespoons, 1/3 cup of ketchup. Excuse me while I get my spatula. My little scoopy spatula. I like the scoopies best because they work well. I just like them best. You know, all these products are great, so if they weren't great, I wouldn't have them. So, alright, so we have the 1/3 cup of ketchup, and then we have 1 tablespoon of Montreal seasoning. I'm going to figure out how to make this stuff so I know what's in it, but right now I just use the Montreal seasoning. Alright, so that was 1 tablespoon. And then we have 1 tablespoon of Worcestershire. Now Worcestershire, I always use Lea & Perrins because it's the best. But I also know that there's like, I don't know, what is that fish called? Anyway, they put it on pizza. I'm not a fan, but at least I don't have to look at it. So, you know, it's seasoned with that fish sauce. Anchovies, that's it. Alright, so we got that. And then we are going to add 1 large egg, but we have to stir it up. Whisk it. Alright, we whisked it like nobody's business. Alrighty, buddy. Oh, remember the term alrighty, buddy. There you go. Alright, so if you can tell me how many videos I've put alrighty, buddy in, I will give you a prize. And it's a secret because I don't even know what it would be yet because I just thought of it. Alright, so, and then after that we're going to have 1 tablespoon of brown sugar. And then we will have, we got the mild cheddar. So we will add that in just a minute, but what we're going to do now is mix it up. What I do is I have my handy dandy latex gloves right here, and we're going to mix it up with our hands. Well, with our gloves, hands and gloves, because I don't want all that on me. That's not good. That's not good for me. Oven's at temp, yay! So we're going to bake this at 350 degrees for about an hour. And there we are. So here we go. I'm gonna scrape this down so we get everything. And we're just going to mix it. This is not your mama's meatloaf. It is bacon double cheeseburger stuffed meatloaf. And it is so yummy. You use a whole pound of bacon. You wrap the meatloaf in the bacon, and there we go. We got this going on. Yep. Alright, so yeah, the gloves are a little big. They don't fit perfect, so whatever. But it keeps my hands from getting nappy. Oh, I hate meat touching my hands. Makes me crazy. Alright. So, we have our pan over here, because I don't want to get grodies all over it. And I'm going to take my gloves off. We're going to spray it so nothing sticks. So, there we are. Now we could add parchment paper, but why? You know, it's cheaper to just spray it. Alright, so now I'm going to put my gloves back on. And what we're going to do is just take out half of the meatloaf from the bowl. And we're going to form it flat on the bottom. And then put wells, make a well so that the there's sides to it, so I'll show you how to do that. Alright, so you're going to flatten it out. And then you're going to bring up sides so that you have a part to put in the cheese. So we're going to add cheese in just a little bit. But you want to make it nice and flat and not too much thickness on the side, because then it won't cook all the way through. I know it's beef and you can have it however, but you know, I don't really want to bite into raw meatloaf. Oh, nope, not this girl. So, alrighty. Another alrighty, but no badity. That doesn't count. Ha. Tricked ya. Sorry. I'm just in a good mood today. It's a Monday. You know, it's been stressful with work and other stuff, and here we are. Alright, so there's that. And now I'm going to get the cheese. So it is 8 ounces of cheddar cheese, and then I will show you how to wrap the bacon around all this goodness. Alright, so I have the mild cheddar cheese. It's shredded mild cheddar. I'm not going to put my glove on except for to cover in the little spaces in between. Stop it. Okay. Making it worse. Okay, there we are. Is a blooper time. Alright, so my hands are clean because I had on the gloves. So I'm just going to put in some of the cheddar cheese down there. And then what we do is we put our glove back on. And we're going to put the rest of the meatloaf on top. If I can figure out how to do that. There we are. Come on, thumb, work with me. Alright, so we have the rest of the meatloaf, and we're going to, so I used to make this with when my boys were younger, but I would do like rotel and cheese, you know, the snack, the dip that you would do. It was pretty good too, but that brick of cheese is super expensive these days. So we are, you know, figuring it out and doing it different ways. So what I have now is all of this on top, and then what you do is you seal it closed so the cheese doesn't melt out. There's going to be a little meltage, as you can see, because, you know, there's some cheese over the edge. But, you know, seal it up as best you can. And then, oh, there's some more. Got to get all of it. Alright, so then what you're going to do is take your bacon and you're going to wrap it over the top. So this is a 1 whole pound of bacon. I don't know that I'm going to use the entire pound. I don't know that we need that much bacon. I'd rather use it for, you know, BLTs or, you know, crumbled up on a salad or something more delicious. But right now we got the meatloaf going on. Alright, so yeah, I'm not a fan of touching this either, but we just gotta make it work. Alright, so we're just going to lay it across this way, lay it horizontal, and then lay it vertical. And like I said, it's not your mama's meatloaf, because I don't know that my mama would have added this much bacon to anything. But, you know, like I said the other day, taste change, and I am loving me some bacon these days. So I don't know what changed, is this craziness. But I love the bacon. Alright, so, and then we're going to wrap around the edge. There we go. And now we're going to do it the other way. So, ooh, I might, we already got the scissors dirty. Well, they were clean, but I only opened the package of the bacon. So we're just going to lay the bacon on top. We're going to go ahead and cut it. And Then we're going to bake it, like I said, at 350 degrees for like an hour, and we will come back and let you see the finished product. What we're going to make for a side is spicy black beans. So I canned several, a funny story. I always wonder why they call it canning when you put it in jars. Why don't they call it jarring? I don't know. But anyway, sorry. Side note. But anyway, so we're going to do black beans with different veggies. And so they're going to be spicy, so we're going to add some spices to it. And then we're going to put some more bacon around it. I just want to use this whole package because, I don't want to have to cook like 2 slices of bacon. But back in the day, when I was little, my mama always told me, when you have a splinter, put bacon on it, put a bandage on it, and then the bacon grease draws out the splinter. True story. That's how I used to do it. But now what I use is a medicine syringe where I put it over the splinter hole and then I suction it out and it pulls the splinter right out. Works great. So you can use bacon. I wouldn't recommend it. I'd rather eat it than use it for medicinal purposes. Or you can use the syringe to suction out the splinter. But you have to put it where it went in. So you got to do the same direction so that it just suctions it right out. True story, works magnificent. I guarantee it. Alright, so I need to hit pause, but my fingers are greasy, so I'm going to wash my hands. Gonna use some Dawn. I love Dawn. Dawn's my favorite. I don't use anything else. That's one of the things I don't skip on is dish soap, because since Dawn came out, I wholeheartedly believed in Dawn. And I wish, I get paid for mentioning them, but I can't. But anyway, I love it, and it's my best. It's my bestest friend as far as hand detergents go, dish detergents. So, anywho, all right. So we're gonna put this in the oven for a little while, and I will be right back with the other recipe, black beans with vegetables, and we're gonna bake that. So, So by the time I get that all compiled, everything will be done at the same time, which is what I like to do. I like to get the main dish and the side dish cooking and making and ending up at the same time. So I will be right back. All right. So one of the things I forgot to mention was we need to also add a glaze on top of this. So what this is 1 tablespoon of brown sugar and a tablespoon of ketchup. So we're just going to pour it over the top and spread it out. And then we're going to put it in the oven so that it has this nice tomatoey, yummy glaze of ketchup and brown sugar. Yum. Can't go wrong with that. Well, I guess you could, but not me, not this girl. Yeah. So we have the brown sugar. I always try not to touch the stuff with my fingers, so I use the other products and utensils too, because I'm thinking I'm a kitchen prima donna because I don't like stuff on my fingers, so therefore I am just hanging out and trying to use everything but my fingers for this glazing and not touching the meat and not doing this and not doing that. I've discovered that I am a kitchen prima donna, and I don't like nasty stuff. Not nasty stuff. I don't like raw materials touching my fingers. How's that? Alright, so I'm going to put this in the oven, and we will be back with the black bean veggies. Alrighty, so we are going to make the spicy black bean with vegetables. So what I did is I canned black beans, and like I said, I don't know, I call it canning when it's in jars, but anyway, that's always been a question of mine. So we're just going to pour them out, possibly. Let me get a spatula. And we're going to spread them out. and then we add different veggies. So what I'm going to add is green beans and cauliflower, I think. But you can add Brussels sprouts. You can add carrots, broccoli. I don't have carrots or broccoli in the freezer, so we're going with green beans and cauliflower. So, but you can add whatever you want, any type of vegetable, whatever your favorite vegetable is. You can even add corn. So, we're getting these spread out. So, looks pretty good for being canned, right? I did these. So, when I did the chili cook-off for our local community contest, I got People's Choice. But anyway, so I had all these beans because I didn't buy canned beans. I bought dried beans, and then I processed them with the water for 24 hours and the seasonings. But the secret was, and don't tell anybody, the secret was I used my homemade rotel sauce, and I pulled the juice and soaked the beans in that. So the beans just weren't like dry. They had seasoning like rotel. Alright, so good thing I wear an apron because I'm just going to wipe this on my apron. That's what it's for. Now, hopefully the day that I don't wear an apron, I don't wipe it all over my shirt. But anyway, alright, so, oh man. What I do is I keep a pair of scissors in every top drawer. So apparently that drawer and my knife, cutlery block, the scissors are in the dishwasher. So anyway, so it's a good thing I keep scissors in every drawer. So what I'm going to do is just open these. So I thawed them out a little bit. I didn't cook them completely. But you can still see the icicles. And you just pour it on top. And then you put a cauliflower on top. And then you put on the spices that you want, which, you know, is a lot of choices. So what we're going to do is we have a local market that sells Thai chili infused olive oil. This is delicious. I put it on almost everything. So if you have a local olive oil, balsamic vinegar store, like in Florida, I went to Tarpon Springs. In Kansas, I went downtown Overland Park. Delicious, delicious, delicious. So anyway, I'm just going to put it over, I'm going to drizzle it over the top. And I probably don't have enough in this jar. So I'm going to have to switch to the other jar because, you know, it's so good. I literally, like, really go through one of these jars a month. They're not big bottles, but I'm telling you, I put it on almost everything. I love it so much. Thank you, Susan, for turning me on to it. So over the weekend, we went down to the market to buy this. It's Ricky's Market, and they are in Ponca City, Oklahoma. So I highly recommend them. But like I said, if there is a local infused oil balsamic vinegar store, you gotta ask for this. Alright, so I'm gonna finish. Glad I bought more because I didn't realize I was that far out. Alright, so I added that. And now we're going to add, this is from Trader Joe's, and it's called Everything But the Elote. It has salt, chili, pepper, cheese, and chipotle and cumin. So I'm just going to sprinkle this over the top, and having the olive oil stick to it. Oh, it's going to be so delicious. And then what we're going to do is we're going to bake it. We're going to bake it for 40 to 45 minutes, so it'll be done about the same time as the meatloaf. But you could also add cayenne, chili powder, red pepper flakes, black pepper, whatever heat you like. And then optional seasonings. I think I'm going to add nutritional yeast. It's my nutritional yeast, so I'm going to sprinkle it around. I love me some nutritional yeast, and just pour it over. It'll stick with the olive oil and stuff, but you can add Worcestershire sauce, molasses, maple syrup. Make it your own. So, so like I said, we're gonna bake it, and it should be ready the same time as the meatloaf. All right, so I will be back as soon as everything is done. Just want to show you a view of the oven and all that deliciousness of food going on in there. We got the meatloaf on top, the veggies on the bottom. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Alrighty, we will chat later. I hope you're having as much fun as I am, because now that I'm used to it, I am loving these videos. And you know what I said earlier? Contest? Where's all my righty bedighties? That counts as one. Just saying. The coolest thing about these 1-pan meals, 2-pan meals, is super easy cleanup. Ta-da! Everything's in the dishwasher, or I got it washed and put away. I used this to wash the veggies yesterday because it has a little scrubby thing on it, and I use the Fit produce wash. So I was having conversations with people today online about always wash your produce. Always wash your produce. People touch it, it falls on the floor, somebody, a good Samaritan, picks it up and just puts it back in the bin because, you know, trying to save the company money. You don't know where that produce has been. Always wash your produce. Always. So what I do is I soak it in that, I scrub it with the washcloth, and that's the only thing I use that washcloth for, is to wash my veggies and my fruit. So I soak my fruits and veggies, my produce, in the Fit in some water for a little while. I don't know, 5 minutes, maybe 10 minutes, and then I scrub it and wash it clean. So, but you know, it helps eliminate the fruit flies, it gets rid of the germs from the COVID, it gets rid of germs from the floor if possible, it gets rid of the germs of other people touching your food. I don't know how many people, like, I've seen just not wash their food, and I just can't eat it. I'm sorry. I must be a germaphobe. But anyway, wash your produce, please, because it will help keep you safe. And along those lines, if you can't buy the Fit or any other vegetable wash, you could use vinegar water. I was able to buy, they had it on clearance, so I got 4 of those bottles, those jars, for $1 each, because they had it on clearance. It doesn't expire till 2025. I don't know why it was on clearance, but anyway, so I took advantage of it, and I took 4 bottles. There were probably 15 bottles left, so it's not like I was hoarding it and taking every last one. But anyway, you could use vinegar instead, and that helps because you also have that waxy, non-healthy coating they put on fruits and veggies to make them shiny. Cucumbers are the worst. Apples are pretty bad. But when you wash it, you can like actually feel that coating come off. So, like cucumbers, it's just like, it's slick and then it's dry. So you'll notice a difference if you wash them with either that Fit or vinegar, because you got to get that stuff off, because you're just poisoning your body with, you know, all these chemicals that they put on there to make it look pretty. So anyway, sorry, just my little tangent here. And so far so good, no bloopers tonight. Yet, night's not over. I'm sure there's going to be some kind of blooper somewhere. So, alright. Just an FYI, dinner is smelling so freaking good right now. Oh, it smells so good. Oh my god, it smells so good. Yum, 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 yum. Alright, so 30 minutes wasn't long enough, so I am going to make it cook about 30 more minutes because, you know, it's bacon, pork. You don't want to have that raw. Not at all. It's not good for you. Bad idea. So anyway, so about 30 more minutes, and I will come back with the end product and show you what it looks like. And it smells so good. Oh my goodness gracious. It smells, not tastes. I didn't taste it raw. It smells. Temperature back up there. Alright, so anyway, it smells so good, and alrighty, but Daddy will be back. Alrighty, so here is the chicken. Sorry, not chicken. The meatloaf with the bacon around it, and here we have the segundo. Alrighty, we'll start this over. We have the meatloaf with the bacon wrapped around it and the glaze on top, and then we have the beans, black beans with green beans and cauliflower with nutritional yeast and other seasonings on top. So I hope you enjoy it. Remember to like and subscribe. Thank you, and we will talk to you tomorrow.